just keep killing it here. Out from the old tree, the old house set right in here. Mike's got a pewter button. That is old. Them can go all the way back to 1600s. This is probably 1700s, I'd say, but that's an old button right there. That's the oldest button been found today, no doubt about it. And while I'm at it, he hollered at me, and I've got one over here. I thought it was Tombac whenever I first pulled it out, but it's not. I don't think. I'm gonna lay Mike's button right there. Shank is broke off of it. I don't know, it may be Tombac. I about halfway believe it is. Yeah. The way it's shining up, it sure is. That's 1700s for sure. We're killing it, boys. Right out in front of this old tree right here. And I know that there's going to come an episode when I don't find a Harmonica Reed. But it's not this one. Goodness gracious. Haven't wiped it off yet. And I don't know that you can see it. I believe it's button. I believe it's cuff. Yeah, it is. Little cuff button, and it's going to have a shank on it. That's a good start. Second day that I've been at this site. Out of that hole right there, I've got a 2-hole sewing button. Find a lot of these at these old sites. Probably early 1900s, maybe late 1800s. That's a good find. What you got in there, Mikey?
A little flat button.
A little flat button. Yes, you do. Look how green. And a back mark. That's a good button right there. One more. I hadn't had the chance to do this today. Just the way they come out. I've got one here in the clod. I thought it was going to be an Indian, but it's not. That's concave there in the back, dished a little bit. That's all right, I'll take it. Still on this same old house site here. Using my CTX. I moved up to my 11-inch coil. Bucket lister for me right here. I've had a buddy dig one while we were in the field one time. It's a US Bit Boss. That is a great find right there, and it's in great shape. Why don't you just look at that thing. Love it. This piece is a US Bit Boss from a Union Regulation 1859 bridle bit. It has the US without the period. There was another variety of this bit boss that had a square period between the U and the S. This boss was sand cast and attached to the Regulation 1859 bridle bit. a bridle that was used by the Union cavalry during the Civil War. This pattern depicts the U.S. on a stippled or a textured background, and the tabs are plain. Post-Civil War bosses did not have this textured background. We know that the Union 9th Pennsylvania Cavalry camped in Monroe County for an extended period of time during the Civil War, but that camp is about 10 miles away. Plus, the location where I found this boss was known to be pro-Confederate, and it actually had a group of militia that joined forces with Confederate Colonel John Hunt Morgan in 1862 during his first Kentucky raid. Why is this boss separated from the bridle? Well, actually, there's two possibilities. The brass rivets that attach the boss to the bridle had a tendency to work loose, and many of these bosses were lost off the bridles. But there is a second possibility. Confederate soldiers who captured Union horses and equipment were known to remove these bosses before using these bridles. Obviously, we'll never know which the case is here, but nonetheless, it is a great find.
This is turning out to be a great spot right here. And Mike just dug this saddle strap guide. I've found one or two that are like that, but most of them are oval. But I love that one there. That's a great find, and I tell you what, that is Colonial. You don't find those except on Colonial house sites. There's a real here somewhere. Check it out. Mike ain't the only one find those saddle strap guides. I've got one of the big oval ones right here. And just found this little piece right here, and I didn't film it, but it is what I think is a suspender clip. Can't tell. I'll get it cleaned up.
What you got?
That's a good find. I brushed this one off and it's already starting to dry right there. But that's another, you see those two holes right there. That's another saddle strap guide, but I've never seen one with these pieces here on the back like that. I don't think I've ever dug one of those. I might have. What are the chances of us finding 3 of those like that? That's a good find. Well, Mike found a saddle strap guide, brought it over. I moved over here. I found a saddle strap guide. Then I moved over and I found another saddle strap guide. And I told him, I said, it's your turn. And believe it or not, here's the first thing he found. Now that's not a saddle strap guide, but it is a saddle decoration piece. We're in some nice horse tack out here. U.S. bit boss and everything. Yeah.
I'm gonna find a big coin next. As soon as you find one.
Yeah, we need 2 large cents. Hey guys, it's shout out time, and I want to do a shout out to my buddy Tennessee Josh Relic Hunting. You see his channel there on your screen. He hunts with a group of guys and they do a lot of Civil War relic hunting, and I know that you're going to enjoy this channel, so check them out. Tennessee Josh Relic Hunting. Like, subscribe, and share, and be sure and tell them that 7 sent you. Out of that hole, I've got a good round ball here. Mike's found a couple of these today. That's the first one that I found. And that looks to me like a 44. That could be Civil War right there. That's a good find. I've got one I just popped out of that hole right there. It's in this clod right here. Boy, that's a big old thick button right there. Look at the shank on that. I love that button there. I've never seen one exactly like that. Kind of slopes from the shank back to the edges there. That's a good find. Trying to shield the wind, and that hole there's not all that deep. I sure thought I had a nickel here, but I don't. I've got a flat button with the back broke off. But that's what I'm after, flat buttons. Mike said he's got another button over here. This just ain't fair, is it? I see it laying there. It is Tombac with a shank on it.
All right.
That's a nice button right there. That's 1700 right there. Nice. I love them Tombacs. Have I found a Tombac? I found so many buttons today. I don't know what I found.
I found one right down there.
Yeah, I found
bigger than that.
I found one that was broke up toward the top of the ground. It didn't clean off as well. If they're deep, they'll clean off real good. That's a good find. Out of that hole right there, I knew there was an Indian here. I want you to look how clean that thing came out. 1886, I've already wiped it off. That's a great find right there. And I gridded here a while ago up to just right along in there. Been gridding all of this right here. And just, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 feet. There's the old big tree right there. That's where the house was at. But anyway, that's a great find right there. 1886. I thought I had another Indian out of that hole there, but it's not. It's a flat button. You can see where the shank was right there. I'll tell you what, when it's windy like this, man, those dry out quick. That's a good find. This one here was a 1206, and I didn't think it would be a button. I said if it was, it'd be a cuff. Thought it was really going to be a 22 shell. Shanks broke off of it, but it is a cuff button. Man, this is a great sight.